Before I begin, I would like to say congratulations to my friend Harry from Edinburgh, who has recently come out of the closet and is in therapy for his abnormal sexual attraction to both animals and inanimate objects. After therapy, he'll never make love to another coffee table again. I sincerely hoped the first vlog episode back after my mandatory refresher course for work would be a much more pleasant one, but I choose truth over idealism. I suppose that is logical for a realist with my blunt and honest manner. I've been accused of being an atheist, homosexual, Islamophobe, Nazi, communist and racist by some people on YouTube from the Muslim and liberal Democrat communities. Sorry to piss all over your fantasies, but I'm not an atheist, I'm a deist. I hate Islam, not because I am an atheist that hates religion, but because I am a politically incorrect person, and I hate an ideology that has killed over 270 million people. Is more guilty of human rights violations and terrorist attacks than any other ideology in history and is the most intolerant organisation in existence. Second, I'm not a Nazi, nor could I have been a Nazi in Hitler's Germany. I'm Russian. And like all Russians, I am ethnically Slavic. Slavic people were inhuman animals in Hitler's opinion. He wanted Slavic people wiped out. Third, I'm not a homosexual or bisexual and never have been. Sorry, but I just don't swing that way. Fourth, Islamophobia does not exist. A phobia is an irrational fear. Fearing an ideology that does want to kill you, does not believe you have any human rights, and does physically harm people like you on a daily basis, is not irrational. Fifth, a Russian communist? Very original. I lived under communism for the first 10 years of my life. I can see that not only are the liberal Democrats of America communist, but they're led by a Muslim that wanted to put a mosque on ground zero. Maybe you should try looking up what communism consists of. Here's a hint. Making all privately owned businesses like healthcare, for example, state-owned, is one of communism's goals. Communists want all private businesses to be state-owned. Obama wants the same, but I guess it's totally different, right? 6. Racist? I'm not racist or sexist by any definition. I don't hate a specific race, nationality, sexual orientation or political party, with the exception of communism and the Nazi Party of 1930s and 1940s Germany. I hate the human race as a species. I hate the immaturity, arrogance, blind obedience to peers, and the stupidity that 99.9% of the population is cursed with. And it is these characteristics within an individual that cause me to either want them dead or the absence of these same characteristics in another individual that makes me indifferent to their existence. Admittedly, I harass members of certain minorities more frequently than members of other minorities, but I promise you and give you my word that if I victimize someone, it is because I despise that person as an individual for their behavior and what they say. Not because they are of a certain race, nationality or religion, etc. The two human traits I detest more than all others are stupidity and immaturity. I have endured the relentless noise, idiocy and presence of 5 boys in their early 20s that live on the floors below me for a full year now. Those children physically embody everything that is fucked up with the youth of 2009 in my personal view. They listen to rap music, a form of noise pollution that makes me want to vomit, screw anything with a pulse, have no intention of working, sell drugs on this very estate, and naively believe themselves to be hardcore and gangsters. As a woman that survived communism and a lover of heavy metal and rock music like Survivor, AC/DC, Aerosmith, you get the picture. I can assure you they are neither hardcore nor gangsters. Today I decided they have provoked me with their presence for too long. Fully aware that they often leave their flats unlocked when they go out, I patiently waited for them to leave. Recently, through my network of friends and co-workers, I was able to illegally import and acquire a can of mace. What exactly is mace? Wikipedia describes mace as: mace is a tear gas in the form of an aerosol spray which propels a lacrimator agent mixed with a volatile solvent. It is sometimes used as a self-defense device. This form of mace is legal in very few countries, thus its use is becoming uncommon. The original formulation of 1% CN gas in a solvent of 2-butanol, propylene glycol, cyclohexene, and dipropylene glycol methyl ether. Some formulations now also include oleoresin capsicum, active ingredient in pepper spray. Mace was originally manufactured under the name chemical mace by Lake Erie Chemical, or Formula Division of Smith & Wesson in 1962, but is now a registered trademark of Mace Security International. Most mace sold today by Mace Security International is pepper spray rather than tear gas, though it is still possible to buy mace, tear gas CS. Many other companies now manufacture similar products. Mace versus pepper spray. Due to the current brand name use of the term mace to refer to pepper sprays and the fact that mace is illegal in most Western countries, it is very difficult to find information on traditional mace. Mace and pepper spray are frequently used interchangeably, although they are different substances. Effect. The effect of mace varies on humans. Most common is an intense and progressively worsening burning sensation on the area affected with the spray. If in contact with the eyes, it causes automatic closing of the eyes due to intense pain if open. This, along with a feeling of suffocating if inhaled, it causes the person to become very vulnerable and dependent, resulting in easy overpowering. For example, law enforcement officials over a suspect. Effects can be minimal on those under the influence of alcohol or drugs. The duration of the effects vary from 30 minutes up to 2 hours, depending on the person and treatment. The can of mace I possessed fired a jet of liquid that I assumed had the same effect as a gas variant. Certain that all 5 boys, I use the term boys because they are not mature enough or self-disciplined enough to be considered men by me in my definition, had left the block of flats. I silently and stealthily entered their flats systematically one after the other. Armed with my mace can, I gently ran the liquid mace up and down both sides of the toilet roll they had in their bathrooms before carefully re-rolling the toilet roll and leaving it as I had found it. While I waited excitedly for their return, I distracted myself by searching for Ghostbusters merchandise on eBay. My collection won't increase itself after all. Within minutes of returning, the first screams and sobs echoed from the flats below me. Very soon the ambulance was notified, and all 5 were describing an intense burning sensation that became progressively more intense over time in their ass and the back of their thighs. I hereby claim full credit as a first scientist to test the short-term effects and symptoms experienced by test subjects that rub mace into their backsides. Possibly now they will take my subtle hint and leave.